Hello everyone, this is Harry Jassad. Welcome to the first episode of Woodcast. You must be wondering what is Woodcast. I know it's podcast, but since we are representing Woodhouse Realty, it's Woodcast. Our first guest on our show, Mr. Parush Basi. Mr. Parush, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Harry, how are you?
I'm good. How do you like the location and the views of our first podcast?
It's amazing. This is what we die for. This is what whole world wants to come here for this amazing views.
Would you like to explain where you are sitting and what these views are?
Yeah, this is like a Switzerland of Canada. This is a BC and Surrey. You won't believe it. This is a snow-capped mountain range and at the banks of Fraser River. Mm-hmm. And we are at one of the Presale. This is a concrete building coming up in Surrey downtown.
Coming about buildings that are coming up, the word we use is pre-sales.
Pre-sale. What
pre-sales do you recommend right now? When someone buys a pre-sale, what do you think they should look for?
I would say the simple thing you should look in for is the per square feet value. Mm-hmm. Because as an investor, you want to see return on your bucks.
Definitely.
So because you cannot forecast what would be the price down the road, like in 3-4 years. Mm-hmm. So live in present, buy in present, and don't fear. Ghabrana nahi.
That's great. That's actually a very good point, per square feet, because I've seen some units, some developers are selling one bedroom for 470, 480, and there are other developers that are selling one bedroom units for 550, and someone is like, well, I should buy the one at 480, but when you compare the square feet, it doesn't make sense to buy the one at 480 because they're literally so small compared to the other ones. And when you compare the per square feet price, the 550 is actually a better deal, right?
Yeah, this is what the common mistake people do is they see the door value, they see how many beds they have, but they don't see the interior space. Mm-hmm. It's not just like buying a car where you have a all three row seat cars are not the same from inside, but if you want to have a leg room and you want to see more luggage storage in the car, you need to have a bigger square feet because that depends on the rental value as well. Mm-hmm. It's easy to sell and it makes more conducive to the end user who's gonna come and bring his family. Mm-hmm. And especially the guests coming in. So don't just go by the 2-bed, 2-bath, just see the per square feet value. That will give you better return on your investment.
One more doubt people have about pre-sale. What they worry about is, I'm not pre-approved. Do I need to get a mortgage? What do you want to say to them?
It is always better to get it checked because you don't want to just check. I mean, you need to see, do you have enough money for the deposit? The first thing. And are you good with standing with your credit score? Only 2 things. Rest, actual mortgage, you will come and you'll apply for close to the completion. But if you are struggling with the first deposit, how come you're gonna come up with the third and the fourth deposit? And the deposit and credit score, these are utmost important.
Exactly. Some people look for 5% deposits, but in reality, if they have only paid 5% deposit upfront and towards the completion, now they need to pay the rest of the 15%. It's very hard.
Very hard.
But if you have paid 15% upfront, at the completion, you only need to pay 5% more, and it's easy to get a mortgage, right?
And this is where the experience comes into play. Mm-hmm. Reason being, you should have an escape route. If you are buying with any realtor who is just new into the market and who doesn't have good rapport with the developers, so you won't be able to bargain. Bargaining in a pre-sale could be anywhere from reducing the assignment percentage. Likewise, we have in this pre-sale, which is Sky Living, an exclusive offer to us is 1% assignment fee, whereas the developer is advertising 3%. So that is your escape route. If you think circumstances changes and you are unable to complete on pre-sale, and you should have like good assignment percentage, low assignment percentage to exit the sale, and you can just make money before completion even.
Mm-hmm. What do you think is a good deposit for a pre-sale?
I would say deposit is everywhere you will see is 15 to 20%. Mm-hmm. A good deposit is which has a good tenure in it. So if you have like a anywhere from 1 year to 2 years spread out, that is a better deposit.
I see, because it gives you more time to
more time. Yes, right. And people shy away from they say I want a low deposit. No, just a healthy deposit is a good term because if you have a healthy deposit, it means your income is, and you're gonna have anyhow less mortgage and easy to secure loan as well. So a good deposit is a good deposit which is spread out evenly in a 2 years time.
I see.
Yeah. So just focus on just few things. The developer, it should be good with standing. Look at their old the projects which they have completed, upcoming projects, and the timeline when they're going to complete it, and the neighborhood, any new development like in Surrey, everybody knows UBC medical campus is coming up.
Oh yes.
So there's no harm investing here, because if university comes in, it will increase in demand of the rental will go up, and more people coming in, approximity to SkyTrain.
Yeah, even
so
yeah, even the SkyTrain is expanding to Langley, right?
Exactly.
So it brings more people in. It's easier for people to travel from Langley to Surrey.
People forgetting this big development happening right across the river is a new Presale bridge.
Yes,
that gonna bring in more traffic. So anybody who was shying away from Surrey Central because they was stuck in traffic jam in Presale bridge, so now they will have easy access to the this Surrey downtown.
Yeah, Presale bridge is a good idea, but I feel like it should have been a 6-lane bridge, right? They're making it 4 lanes again. What do you say about that?
Something is better than nothing. So I would say it's all city expenses. It's environment, politics. I cannot comment on that, but something is better than nothing. Even if it's new, we welcome that. And people are now traveling through transit. So luckily, the Surrey downtown has a good number of stations. You got a King George, you got a Surrey Central, you got and just across is Gateway. So 3 SkyTrain stations in a small neighborhood is a big boom for the people to move in and commute easily.
With every new presale, it brings a lot of business opportunities as well, right? What do you say on that?
And yeah, city, that the city developers knows about it. If they are bringing so much of population, and they need to come up with businesses. So this, you go to the Surrey Central Mall, they are thriving, and all these towers, some of the towers, they are reserving space at the ground level for the commercial units. You will see a lot of commercial units developing along with the residential units.
Do you think it's going to attract more crowd to the Surrey Central Mall?
Definitely, but it will be spread out, because when take for example already developed downtown, which is Vancouver, so it's not commercial, is not confined to just Canada Place. It is evenly spread out on Davie Street, on Cambie Street. It is evenly spread out. It is going to happen here slowly as well. So just right, 5 minutes drive, you have a Guildford Mall, and commercial is coming all the way on the King George. And especially 108, 105, you will see a lot of commercial activity going on.
Talking about Canada Place, people are saying this is the new downtown of Metro Vancouver. What do you say about that? Do you really believe, coming in coming 10 years, people are saying future lives here?
Yeah, I can see. My commute time on King George used to be a 10-minute this north southbound, but now it's almost 30 minutes.
I know, 30
so
minutes.
I can see the traffic coming in, and where people are migrating. So people are migrating because it's more affordable, and our proximity to Vancouver is a key factor.
Also, when you have almost 80 to 100 new high-rise buildings coming in, it's definitely going to be a new downtown, right? One day it's going to beat Vancouver.
Yeah, it's already there. Just drive in any night and just go to any high rise. You will see how many cranes are lit up. So it shows the massive construction already happening, and you see the skyline changing in 2025, and you will see the skyline already changing here.
I think the main reason is that Surrey is actually in the center of Metro Vancouver. It's the same distance from Abbotsford, and it's the same distance from Vancouver downtown, right? Yes. So it's more accessible to all the cities since it's in the center of Metro Vancouver. Yeah. Where else you talk about Vancouver, if someone has to go from Abbotsford to Vancouver, it's so far.
It's so far, yeah. Highway 17, I would say, is a plus factor for Surrey downtown. You just go across Scott Road Station and you are on Highway 17, which gives you connectivity to airport and Towson Sea Terminal. So and back to the Trans-Canada 1 to Abbotsford. So that is a good factor which is actually bringing in. And if you could just drive down north to downtown, you will see a new rec center, North Surrey Rec Center is coming up.
One new talk of the town is Airbnb. As we know, most of these buildings in Surrey don't allow Airbnb. What if they start doing it? Do you think it is better, or is it better to not allow Airbnbs in this building and let this be for people to live in and only for long-term rentals?
So it's a tricky question. The major factor why the Airbnb is not allowed everywhere is the security. If the strata and the owners in the building feel they are more secure with the people whom they know versus frequent check-in, check-out. So it's more of a security issue rather than and other commercial factor is if the too many Airbnbs come in, so it's going to impact the hotel industry and service industry a lot. So it's a tricky question. Zoning, there are so many bylaws, insurances, there are so many factors that come into play.
Thank you so much, Porsche, for all this information. We'll get into more insights of it in the next coming episodes. This was our first episode of the Woodcast. Let us know how we did, and hopefully we'll get better by time.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.